Okay, and we are live on YouTube. 15 years of broadcasting, radio, podcasting, and now YouTube lives. Wow. And it's Michelle Matheny's first show of 2025. Welcome back.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
And we've got Charlotte in the house. I don't know if anybody else is going to be joining us. I sent out a message to everybody and said, hey, past hosts, current hosts, staff members, you can all join us for the 15th anniversary, but I don't know. It might just be us. Oh my God. 15
Uh,
years of doing this.
that is a long time.
This is when I miss being on radio because I had all the great sound effects and everything, and I could be doing applause right now and popping the cork, the
Right.
champagne. And this is when I miss being on radio, but Blog Talk Radio went bye-bye, and it's a good thing.
Sadly. Yep.
Yeah, sadly, it's a good thing though that we had already, well, actually a couple years before, we been on YouTube for a few years now, and so we were already getting in the groove of doing the lives, more. And so it was good timing. I bet there's a lot of people. I was just thinking about that this morning. There's probably a lot of people that were doing shows, and I mean big shows on Blog Talk, and
Yeah.
they got the notice last minute. It's like December or November last year, and January 31st we're going away.
Yep.
Yep. So actually it's January 18th, so it's actually still up, but we made the transition. We were like, okay, we're done. Back in November, we did our last show simulcasting. So we went from a single radio show. First episode was January 20th, 1910. Sorry, January 20th, 2010. Oh my God, 1910. Wow, that would be 100 something,
That
115 years.
yeah, that would
Yeah.
make this a lot older.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is how unlike all the pre-recorded videos and everything you see on YouTube, we're live because we're making mistakes and we're leaving them in, you know. So January 20th, my mom's birthday, inauguration day, I mean, Martin Luther King Day, everything happens on the 20th. And by the way, that's why we're doing it today, the celebration show. We will have a show on Monday, but it's in the evening. And we're doing this show on Saturday the 18th because there's just too much going on Monday, mom's birthday and everything else.
Um, and I say we're doing it on the 18th because 1 plus 8 equals 9, and it just ties into pretty much everything this year. 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in a world year 9. That's
Yep.
perfect, Charlotte. Oh, Aisha came in. Hello, can I ask a question? So for everybody joining us, and it's slow in the chat right now. Dan's in there. Hi, Dan. Um, Aisha came in, and so if you want to ask a question, all you got to do is type it in the chat. It's that simple. Type it in the chat, and you can also ask for a message from the universe, and we'll just pull cards and tell you what we see. But if you have a very specific question, go ahead and type in the chat. You only have to put it in once, and have some patience. We'll get them in the order that they came in, but just put it in the chat once. Now, if you want to jump the line, of course, you buy us a cup of coffee. It says right in the chat, if you look towards the top of the chat there, grab us a cup of coffee at psychic.cafe/coffee. But we also have super chats. That's right. So down there where you type in, you'll see the $sign. Click that. Send us a super chat. Put your question in. Guess what? You get to skip the entire line, and we take your question first. And I almost said your call first. I am so 15 years of saying we'll take your call.
Right.
But yeah, we will jump the line. We'll spend more time with you. We'll even let you ask additional questions surrounding that topic, things like that. That's the secret. Send us a super chat. The other way, again, go to psychic. So you open a new tab in your browser, type in this psychic.cafe/coffee. Go in there, buy us a cup of coffee. In the chat, say, hey, I just bought you guys a cup of coffee. Guess what? We'll go right to your question. That's the way to do it, folks. Otherwise, it's in the order that they come in. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please like and subscribe. We got our first level monetization, 500 subscribers, but we're at 685, something around there. We need about 905. Sorry, 305 to hit. Yeah, 305 more subscribers to hit the 1,000, and we need a few hundred more watch hours to hit the 4,000. We did hit the 3,000. That's why we got the super chats. Very exciting, very exciting.
Yes.
So what I thought we would do in the beginning here, I always do the card of the day. And when I was about to do the card of the day, I was like, you know what? We should pull cards for the YouTube network. Yeah. And because it's our 15th anniversary, as well as Psychic Cafe, our brand new website, and the Tarot Guild. And I know it gets a little confusing because the Tarot Guild's celebrating 20 years. And the reason for the difference is that the Tarot Guild was just local in San Diego for the first 5 years. And then we officially went online, yes, the same date, 15 years ago, January 20th, 2010. So we're also celebrating that. Yeah, the Tarot Guild going international, and our first radio broadcast. We've been doing this stuff for 15 years. So I thought we'd all pull a card, and I went ahead and pulled some cards. I pulled the Hangman and the Eight of Wands, but the Ace of Cups just came flying out. And by the way, I'm using my gold foil deck because I was talking to Charlotte about it. I think we were talking about it. Might have been before the show. I don't know, Charlotte.
It was after the show. I was teasing you about your hot tub.
The hot tub. Yeah.
Hot tub tarot
card.
Yeah. Because this deck is on PVC material.
Yes.
You could be in the shower doing readings on YouTube. Hey, that is a great idea to start a channel. I just gave you guys $1 million thing. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be $1 million.
Oh my God. Yeah. If you think about it, there are channels on YouTube with 150,000 subscribers, and all it is a head down camera view of her hands and her pretty nails. And when I say her, this is not just one channel. This is like about 50 of them that have 150, 200,000 subscribers, tens of thousands of views on every video. And all it is this shot down, and she's pulling cards, and she's got you see her hands and nothing else. So I'm telling you, a hot tub tarot channel, you're in the shower with your ducky and the waterproof cards. Yeah, that could be $1 million channel. Honestly, honest to God.
It really could. Look at the shows on TV today. Like, that would be
yeah, because there's crap on TV.
Exactly.
And this is the better thing.
It is.
So I finally found out that because it had disappeared for a while, I was using the Llewellyn deck and Ciro Marchetti's Grand Lux, and I had put the foil deck in my backpack to take it, so I always had a deck with me, but this shuffles so fantastically, I just had to get it back out. Plus, everybody loves it, right? Yep. And so I pulled those two cards. The Ace of Cups demanded to come out, so I pulled out the Ace of Cups. This is what I think it's saying here. So the first two cards, they suggest, changes coming and will happen quickly. Eight of Wands, the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man encourages us to prepare ourselves for a new perspective. Maybe we're supposed to, I don't know, change things up, how we're doing the shows on YouTube. while the Eight of Wands urges us to act quickly and decisively when the opportunity arises. So new opportunity coming in, which that's the Ace of Cups right there. The Ace of Cups suggests a new opportunity that will emotionally, be emotionally satisfying to us. Now, it could also be the first two cards there, the Hangman and the Eight of Wands, want us to step back and, reassess our current situation before taking action. That's a possibility too there. But anyway, that's what I got. Did you guys pull a card?
I did.
What'd you
Did
get?
you,
What'd you get?
Charlotte?
I did, but go ahead and I will go last.
Are you okay? Well, I got the Queen of Cups, and then I got the Ten of Cups.
Mm.
So the YouTube is more of a family sort of feeling for a lot of people. And so that's what I'm feeling with these two cards. And the Psychic Cafe, that's the queen right here, right? And we are here to be not the mother of everybody, but the teacher, to help everybody learn and grow. And so that way everybody can feel empowered and be able to grow and learn and teach others, right? And then the next thing I got is the Seven of Swords. So when it comes to us doing the YouTube and all of this, we have a lot of researching to do, but there's a lot of opportunities right here. And we just can't let them all be holding us back and stabbing us. We just got to pick them all out and look at one resource at a time and go, is this one going to work for us? Yes or no? Put it over here,
Yeah.
leave it for later. And if we do that and be in balance instead of wishy-washy on different ideas, we can be in this scenario.
Ooh, that was cool.
So that's what I got.
And hi to Kelly in the chat, by the way. Shan came in.
Oh,
Bella
hi.
came in. A lot of people are starting to come in here. What'd you get, Charlotte?
So the first card I got was the Jeweled Web, which is connectivity. Is the light shining on that okay? I can't tell from here.
Oh, we can see it good, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
So this talks about if you guys right by what the book says, it talks about when we come to the oracle, we're coming to the oracle to ask if something's gonna happen, right? Or when is it gonna happen? Are we gonna succeed? Whatever. But this card talks about not worrying about specifics so much, kind of letting that go, because and like being like where you're at, but that doesn't mean where you're at is simple, because like a web that's all interconnected. And I think it's so interesting that this is the card that I got pulled for YouTube, because talk about a spider web of connections. But to picture yourself what you're going to be when what you're looking for or hoping to find or be, what you will actually be like when you hit that point. Because there are all sorts of jewels that are going to light up along this web, bits of treasure that have gotten caught in it. But what are you going to look like when you land there? And it's sort of a card of dual purpose, I think. The interconnectivity of life, and specifically YouTube here, but also manifestation, and also maybe taking a breath and giving yourself a chance to be what you want to be, and recognizing you've hit that point where you are what you want to be. And then, Dax, you're not going to believe this. This card popped up again, the Horseman.
Oh, okay.
You guys have to realize I'm dealing with a deck of 64 cards. So if the fact that this card shows up as often as it does, and there are cards in this deck that have
Mm-hmm.
never shown up, but the horseman is the herald of change. And you can see the horse raring to go, the ribbons blowing in the breeze, the veils, and it talks about, when it shows up, you need to be ready to go. You need to be ready to get up and get on your horse and ride. But so I, for me, I think this is talking about, yep, it's, we said goodbye to Blogspot, Blog Talk, and and I mean we had dipped our toes into YouTube, and and we were working at it, but Blog Talk went bye bye, and so now I think it's just saying we're on our way with YouTube. YouTube is gonna, you know it's the time of change, and the you know I think the web is like, yep, we've landed where we need to be, and now we just need to trust and continue on.
Awesome.
So I think it's so interesting that horseman that thing is showing up as an Dax. I mean, it's like for a deck of 64 cards, that card has shown up at least once almost every show that I can think of in the
Yep.
last. So I mean, look, this is a big fat deck. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
It's almost as many as in a tarot deck with 78. So 60
yeah.
something close,
64. Yeah. And like I said, it's there
Yep.
are cards that I mean, of course I've seen them because I've been through my deck,
Mm-hmm.
multiple times. But as far as reading goes,
I think all of our cards, sorry, what we were all getting, I think it all blends together very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, Shan, and by the way, I'm gonna just tell everybody right now, I'm gonna butcher a lot of the names. All right, so I apologize ahead of time. We had said hello to Bello and Shan. Shan said, congratulations on 15 years and counting. Yes, 20 years of the Tarot Guild, 15 years broadcasting and online with the Tarot Guild. And Sean asked a question. Okay, Sean, you're going on and on in the chat. He's in West Virginia, long distance, this, that. Hold on, stop. We'll get to your question. You don't need to give us all that information. It's okay. We'll be able to figure it out. And Jocelyn had come in and said hi. Hi, Jocelyn.
Hi, Jedseline.
Yeah, one of the things about the question that Sean asked, and we have questions before Sean, so we're going to get to those. But I just wanted to mention something about this Adam fellow sent me an apology message, and it made me think he's harming himself. If you think someone's harming themselves, first of all, don't go to a psychic. Don't get on a show with tarot readers.
no.
Call 911 and have them do a wellness check. Okay. And that, by the way, that comes from Dan. He suggested that in the chat. Thank you very much, Dan. So yeah, stop what you're doing now, and you got to get something done. Us pulling cards is not going to help you. Now we'll still answer the questions, but this kind of stuff comes up, and you need to get on the crisis lines. You need to dial 911. You need to do something. Okay. Now, like I said, we take the questions in the order that they came in. The very first question's from Aisha. What does Zafe feel he couldn't message me as he was traveling or couldn't travel? A lot of this is jumbled up, folks. What do you see with the feelings? Okay, I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing here. He's at a crossroads Two of Swords is thoughts and ideas. Swords are thoughts and ideas, and when you have the Two of Swords, there's two crossing ideas, and then I also got the Five of Swords, and I feel like I always ask the client if they feel, are they one of these people in the back or the person in the front? And with the person in the front, I say, hey, you can win the argument, but do you want to win or do you want to be happy? Okay. I feel he's back here. I feel he is feeling a little dejected. All right. So that's what's going on with the feelings. He's at some kind of a crossroads. You're just going to have to ask the horse, folks. Just get in contact, right? So the next question was from Bello. Bello wants a message from the universe. Charlotte, can you do that one?
Yeah, what's the name?
Bello.
Okay. Let me just give a couple of shuffles.
And then Michelle, if you want to get started on Shan's, Shan first put in angel guidance, like a general message, but then added this thing with Adam later. And so what they put in was, what are the challenges in my relationship between Adam and I? He sent me an apology message that makes me think he's harming himself. So yeah, that's the harming themselves person thing. But what do you see as what can you pull out, Michelle, about what are challenges in my relationship between Adam and I? So you can work on that while Charlotte's doing Bellows message from the universe.
Okay, one momentito.
Okay. No rush.
Okay. So I got pulled out two cards and probably should have just gone with one. But the first one I got was the Dragon's Horde protecting the future. But basically this talks about this is the time to be bold, to stand up, to take chances, to not give up on your dreams, basically. Like a dragon protects its hoard of gold and oh, sorry, Jet, get out. Get out. Animals, sorry. Anyway, so if you've had something, an idea that's been rolling around for a while, now's the time to step forward, to be bold, to, to protect it, to take action on it, and then reap the rewards. And the other one is the drifter, and that's experiencing life as it comes. And that is basically what it is, because what I'm feeling like is, okay, here comes the intuitive stuff. If the cat doesn't knock the phone over, I feel like you've been kind of running around trying to hit all these different targets. Just, if you've ever played that, there used to be a game called Simon, which was that just had 4 colored buttons that you had to keep track of the pattern that the colors came up and hit those and repeat it back. But I've seen, like in rec centers and stuff, they'll have walls of different colored buttons, and you need the goal is to hit every single button, every single color as it lights up. And that's what I feel like has been happening in your life, is that there's been so many lights coming on that you've been trying to hit that you're not really getting anywhere. You're just standing in front of that same wall, trying to hit light, and you're not progressing. And so this to me says, take a breath, pick a target, and then see where life takes you. Take a, and I'm going to assume it has to do with, what your idea that you're protecting here. But what I'm feeling most of all is that like you need to take a breath and like take that breath as deep as you can make it. Like if you when you think you breathed in as much as you can, try to suck in a little more, hold it for the count of 4, and then let it out for the count of 4. And you might have to do that 2 or 3 times. And if that's gonna like kind of clear your head
Ooh, box breathing.
and
I love that.
yeah, it's gonna clear your head. It's gonna relax your muscles because I mean like I feel like your jaw is even tight because all of a sudden my jaw has gotten tight. Um, and I'm also getting like some some journaling will help you organize what's going on, the chaos that's in your life. And then also, this is okay, a different hit, but the need to step outside and breathe some fresh air. It's not saying go out and run a marathon. It's saying go out,
Mm-hmm.
walk around your yard, walk around your block, heck, just sit on your front steps if but it's the need to get out, get in the sun, nature, and while you're out there, you can even add your breathing and your journaling while you're out there. But
Mm.
that's what's coming to me is
Okay.
yeah. So I hope
I
that
love
resonates.
that you
Hope
gave
that helps.
that tip on what in the military we call it box breathing, and it was the Navy SEALs do that box
Yeah.
breathing. Yeah, it really works. It really works.
Mhm.
Oh, and let's see
Yeah.
here, Michelle. Before we go
Mhm.
to Sean's question, we were talking about new things for 2025, and without really discussing it or thinking it, a lot of the hosts, including us three, are going more towards doing topics on the shows more frequently. So that is a change.
It
And
is.
yep. And I'll let you know what's coming up here. Let's see. So tomorrow it's the Angelic View with Maria G. Massa and her new co-host Ginger. Okay. And if you're not familiar with their show, because they just came back on the air. Let me see if I can grab this real quick. So basically, it's angel communication for everyday life, energy healing, spiritual entrepreneurship, and much more. That's what they talk about in the International Association of Angel Practitioners. If you're an angel card reader or an angel practitioner, and then on Monday, Charlotte and I will be doing another Psychic Cafe live, and this is the evening one, so 5 p.m. Pacific time on the West Coast, 8 p.m. New York time, and everything in between and beyond, including Australia, where it's the next day. Anyway, and we're going to be talking about a great year to establish boundaries. We just talked about the World Year of Nine and the Hermit Year on the last show. If you didn't catch that, be sure to catch that in archive on the YouTube channel. And by the way, all these shows are also on Psychic Cafe, www.psychic.cafe. Come on over, and for 2025, hey, join us for free there. If you go to our group for the Psychic Cafe live shows, it's under groups, or you can just type in psychic.cafe/episodes. That'll take you to all of our episodes. And go check out that one. And I did a PDF handout on personal year numbers. If I can grab that real quick, I'll pop it in the chat in a little bit here. And now we're continuing on the same theme of this new year and this new energy, especially this, endings with 9. And I feel that Charlotte came up with the idea of boundaries, and I think it is a great year for establishing boundaries. We'll be talking about that on the Monday show. And I also just want to give you a quick heads up of a couple more things. One is our coffee social will be Wednesday, January 29th. That's right. We're trying, we normally do it on Sundays and we're going to continue that, but we want to give opportunities for our members and our students of my course, Tarot by the Numbers, to join us that maybe can't make Sunday morning, afternoon. So we're going to do an evening one, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. Go over to psychic.cafe/social to learn about joining us for these socials. And then lastly, I wanted to mention Michelle's first show back. Yes. Saturday, February 8th.
Yes.
Michelle's Mystic Corner. And it's going to be gratitude in the face of tragedy. I told you we're getting into topics, folks. We're doing more cool topics. So you guys have a reason to join us on these shows, right? Gratitude in the face of tragedy. Can't wait for that one. Saturday, February 8th.
It's gonna be awesome.
Cool. All right. So Michelle, you go ahead and take off with Shan's question.
Okay. So for you, I have the challenge. Okay, I have the Devil card. And this is the second card I pulled. So with this card, the challenge between you and Adam is you and Adam. Okay. So the first card I pulled is make sure I got this right, the Knight of Swords, right? And so what this is saying is that you are both seeing each other as your knight in shining armor in one way or another. And that is what is holding you both back, because we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. But if you look at these two, okay, side by side, there is a freedom there. So what is going on is you guys are trapped with each other and not feeling your own selves. You don't know your own selves enough to be able to be your own hero.
Ah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So
it's a rowdy animal show today. Let's just own it. Let's just own it and deal with it. Because Michelle and I both have,
yes. And mine is just
both have multiple animals that we love with all our heart.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't just
get away from them.
I can't. I don't have any place to, and
right.
Or you want to. I don't know.
Right.
And well, I didn't mean forever. I just meant for the show.
Exactly.
Because, I'll kill anybody that tries to. Anyway, yeah. So I'm not even gonna apologize. We have animals in our lives that are part of our families.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the kids, Michelle's got a house full of kids and different things going on. We have lives.
We do.
If you're expecting a pristine show, it's not gonna happen. I try to use
I actually think it's cool because it shows that we're live, we're real people, we're not polished Hollywood-esque kind of, video, pre-recorded videos.
Yeah, because this would have fooled somebody about being from Hollywood.
Yeah. And I think that and some of you might be watching this replay, but yes, we were live on Saturday, January 18th. Yes, really.
Yes.
So you were all done there. I didn't. We didn't
so
jump in, Michelle, right?
No, I think I was pretty much done. I was just going to say, especially with what you were saying in the chat, it sounds like you both need to find your own selves, especially Adam right now. It sounds like he really needs to do his own soul searching from what it sounds like in the chat. And then once you become your own persons, you can become more friendship and then go from there. But you have to become your own hero.
That is
And
such
I think
that's such great. That's
I
such
think
great.
Sean in the chat already thanked you, Michelle, and everybody that helped, because Dan was talking privately with Sean. Thank you. Appreciate everyone. Helpful feedback. There you go. So we got one more question, and I see more people coming in. Meta Crazy's back. Hey, Meta.
Jill.
It's been a little bit. Welcome to 2025. Yeah. If anybody else is watching and has not put a question in, this is the time to do it. So we get to your question, because this is the last question we're going to do until somebody puts a question in. Yeah. So if you have a question, just pop it in the chat, specific question. And if you want something general, you can say, can I have a message from the universe, my angels? Can I have something general? Whatever you want to put in there. Right. And Meta says, hi, guys. Yeah. Yeah. So the last question we had was from Jocelyn. My question is, how does Sid feel about me? No contact, long distance for now. We'll see him soon, though. Is it over or is he interested? Okay, so this is what I got. The Lover's card with the Wheel of Fortune. Da, 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 da. I feel like things are changing and moving, but I don't think it's over. I think he's still interested. Now, he shows up as the Page of Swords. Swords are thoughts and ideas. He's distracted. Look closely. This is the only page in the deck where the individual is not looking at his object. So, like in the Page of Pentacles, he's staring at the pentacle. Page of Cups, he's looking at the cup. Page of Wands, he's examining the wand, which is actually a staff, right? He's looking away from his sword. I feel he's distracted. And already with it being a page, we know, these cards usually depict younger people, children or adolescents, or, even going into teens. And I'm not saying that he's chronologically younger than you or this young, but we're talking about mentally. Okay. He might have a lot going on, and is he in university right now or studying something or hard at work on something? That might be what's going on. So that's what I got. That's what I got. Okay, and then we're going to pull a card from Meta. Before we do that, real quick, I wanted to mention, of course, our coffee page, psychic.cafe/coffee. If you want to grab us a coffee, the New Year's sale is still going on and all month long here. Lifetime membership is back. That means you can join the Tarot Guild for $99 or 2 payments of $67 if that helps you out. 2 payments of $67. You'll pay $67 now, $67 next month, or 1 payment of $99. It's a $1,997 value. Why? Because normally it's $78 a year for membership. So imagine being a member for 20 years, plus you get my course, $299 course for free.
Yeah.
My course is free. That saves you $299. Free certification. The first level of certification, actually all the levels are $138. They're on sale right now if you're already a member. Yeah, look in the private members group. There's a link for $69. You can get your certification half price, but we're including certification free with this lifetime membership. So you get the $138 certification, my $299 course, and membership for life, $99. It's psychic.cafe lifetime 2025, or just go over to the website, psychic.cafe. You'll see the banners. They're everywhere for the deal. Let me grab the link, though, and pop it into the chat for everybody. You can become a lifetime member today. And there's so many perks, so many benefits, but one of the benefits is you get to join us on those coffee socials. Basically, it is you pay this once and lifetime free coaching and guidance on these coffee socials, and we'll answer any of your questions twice a month. We do it at least twice a month, folks. Yep.
And they really are fun.
Oh, that's why I changed the name from Zoom meeting to coffee social, so it sounded like it really is. We grab our coffee and
Yeah.
tea and our decks and our books, right?
Yep.
And we all hang out. Yep. And one last plug is for this New Year's sale. My sessions are half off. Life coaching, tarot, numerology, normally $99.99. It's just $49.99. You can go to my page, psychic.cafe/DAX. There's also a post in the blog section on the website as well for my discounted sessions. $49.99. And I just did a fabulous session with Sandy. You guys know her as Pink Lady in the chat. That's right. Awesome sauce. So we did get in a request from Meta for, see if I can find it here. She was asking something about posting a song on the platform. If you mean on the website platform, of course, yeah, we can post songs and stuff like that. Different things. We could also, turn them into a video and put them onto the channel. That's possible. Meta had asked. Now I'm lost here. I'm trying to find it where she asked for a general. But then I'm seeing something different here. Let me see if I can organize this for you guys. Oh, that's my question. Okay, so
Yeah.
she wrote some kind of like songs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I actually wrote a few song ones for Healing, Hero's Journey, Mirror Mirror, and Little Bean are my three favorites so far. And so the question is basically, how will it do? Can we pull cards on that? Who was up next? I think it was Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Are you next, Charlotte?
Is it me or is it Michelle?
Either one of you can do it. You want to do it, Michelle?
Oh, I don't care.
What was the question? I wasn't paying attention because I thought it was Michelle.
Exactly. That's okay, Michelle. You're going to do it because you understand what Meta was trying to say. And it was a little confusing. This is, again, one of the reasons sometimes I miss the phone calls because, yeah, you had to wait till you got them on the phone and ask them what their question was. But sometimes in text, it's hard to make out. It's all jibber jabber to me a lot, because they're misspelling words and they're trying to type really fast. And it's hard to understand what they're trying to say. But Michelle's got it. Michelle knows what Meta is
Yeah.
trying to ask.
Well, I'm digging around for another deck,
Oh,
and
what's that deck?
this was not the deck that this is Daily Crystal Inspirations.
Oh.
So I thought I was grabbing my Alana Fairchild deck, and my crystal deck showed up, and I haven't looked at it. So I was like,
Your crystal deck wanted you to pull it out.
Apparently it did. So I've been happily looking through all these, going, oh yeah, I've got that. I need to dig my crystals out again.
Right. Well, I think I understood what Jill was saying. And I did hear the songs that she wrote. So,
Even cooler.
knowing that, I pulled one card from my Gilded Reverie, the Lenormand, which is the stork card. So this is about movement, right? And this is telling me that this is going to take off. This is going to be really good for you. Okay. Now I say that because we also got the Ace of Swords, right? So the ace is like, this is good to go. This is handing you, this is a great idea. This is smart. This is going on. I've heard it. I've seen it. I know what's happening, right? You also got the King of Pentacles. So as long as you stay in control, this could bring you some financial gain. but you have to stay smart like the king would, right? You have to stay balanced. You have to know the laws. You have to know your rights. You can't just give things away. You have to, learn the, not copays, it'll come to me. And then we got the Nine of Wands. So there's a lot happening. You got a lot to do. Take the action, but make sure you meditate a little bit with each action. There's, like I said, there's a lot of wands. So each wand, each movement requires a little bit of meditation, because then you can get into doing what the king would do: budgeting, making sure the laws are right, copyright. That's the word I was looking for. Copyright your stuff. Okay. So these are the two cards right here: Ace of Swords and the Storks. They are saying now is the time to get your thoughts and ideas and run with it. So that's what I have for you.
Terrific, terrific. Oh, by the way, I was able to get the link to the PDF into the chat.
Oh, good.
And it's this psychic.cafe/personal year. That's the cheat sheet PDF on personal year numbers that we did on Thursday. So you guys can figure out your own personal year and look it up in the cheat sheet. It's not everything about any particular year. It is a little guideline, a little bit, and then you can extrapolate from there. Again, you figure out your personal year by adding the month you were born and the year you were born to the current year. Now, we already have done that part. 2025 breaks down to 9. We're in a 9 world year. So you add 9 to your birthday and month. Okay. So like I'm 616. 6 plus 16 is 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. So you add 4 to the 9. You get 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. So I'm in a 4 personal year. That's how you do it. Any questions, you can always contact me, social media, on Psychic Cafe. Just message me. We have our own social media platform. Use
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Screw Facebook.
I agree.
Yeah. Meta said, wow, great. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Thanks, Michelle.
Yep. Absolutely. Anytime.
Nice. Okay, so we don't have any more questions in the chat.
Okay, so
What do you want to chat about, guys?
I will jump in and say, so, like we always do, you kind of pull cards for the heck of it while other readings are going on and stuff. And I keep getting cards like this was a jumper. Otherwise, I wouldn't have pulled it. This is a jumper out of my crystal deck, and it's blue lace agate, and it's which is such a lovely crystal, just peaceful. Anyway, and it's about finding your calm. And then another card, but I buried it long since, but I pulled it out of my other deck my steady Eddie deck, but it was about the Watchers. And it says, when you pull the Watchers, that means slow down, and look at the horizon, tune out the anthill that you're standing in the middle of. Look at the horizon. It's time to, again, take a breath. If somebody says, it might look like you're doing nothing, but you're not. And I had to laugh because the book is like, yeah, if somebody asks you what you're doing or why aren't you doing something, and you say, I am doing something. I'm helping the sunset. Anyway, the message that just keeps coming through today, at least on my end, is, and so I'm thinking this is like a general message instead
Sure.
of just for one person is about, maybe we are feeling a little frantic because it's January and oh my gosh, there's so many things to do. We've set so many um goals for ourselves.
Resolutions, intentions.
Yeah, I don't use that word. That's a naughty word. But we set so many of those, the word that Dax just said. And and then, we're so busy like maybe trying to hit all those resolutions and maybe we're not. So we feel like we're failing. So then we've added that stress to us. And what the message I'm getting today is like everybody just needs to chill the hell out, take some breaths, enjoy the moment that you're in, and go from there. Give your brain a chance to slow down. This may involve some form of meditation. That doesn't mean you have to sit on the floor with your legs crossed, crisscross style, your palms up. This means what I talked about earlier, taking a step outside, enjoying the bit of sun. Or whatever weather is going on, find a way to enjoy it a little bit. If you're getting rain and be thankful for the moisture. If the sun's shining, be thankful for your vitamin D and how bright it makes everything. And, all of our deciduous trees, have gone into hibernation for the winter where they're resting up and they're storing up all their energy for next year's show of foliage and whatnot. And maybe we need to take a message from the trees even. And again, I don't know where that came from. That just so I guess that's my message because almost every card I pulled today has talked about that. And so if if you've tuned in and you're listening and you want a little advice to maybe make your life feel like it's flowing a little easier instead of working harder, that's not the answer. The answer is to um, give yourself peace of mind. And so in that case, I would say work smarter,
It's so
let life
funny
guide
because
you.
well, one of my hypnosis colleagues, his whole shtick is working smarter, and his website is called worksmarthypnosis.com. And he helps hypnotherapists work smarter. I
Mm-hmm.
pulled some cards just to see what would come up and got the King of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. I think our ship is going to come in this year. Good feelings. Good feelings.
Oh, I know what we could pull cards on is the 20th going to be a peaceful day or a
Mm-hmm.
crazy day?
Well, one thing I've seen out in the blogosphere, I shouldn't say the blogosphere, blogs are dead, right? No, not really, but YouTube, I think I was on YouTube, might have been Facebook, but I think it was YouTube. And everybody was saying, okay, remember, everybody wear black on Monday for the funeral.
What I
And
what oh, I don't get it.
think about it, it'll come to you.
Well,
It's
I mean the obvious.
it's the inauguration, and it's pretty much the funeral for our country.
All right, yeah, that's where I was. I know. I don't want it as much as yeah. I just hope who's ever in there does a good job.
Well, I still have faith in the individual American person. So I'm hoping that thousands, tens of thousands of individual Americans remember who they are and what America's really about. And, will do their part. wherever they are, in government, in major corporations, companies, whatever.
Yeah, because that
Yeah.
worked out so well last January. I mean, not last January, but January 6th.
Mm, yep.
I
So,
lost a lot of hope that day.
well, they're trying to stack I can't talk today. They're trying to stack the deck. They're trying to put all their own people in everywhere, because they know that, honest, patriotic Americans will not let them get away with their shit. And so they're trying to stack the deck so that they can get away with their shit.
Yeah,
And
they're not trying, they're succeeding in stacking the deck.
oh, hell yeah. I mean, everybody talks about Elon Musk, richest man in the world. The reason why he's the richest man in the world is because he has these billion-dollar contracts from the United States government that you and I are paying. He's not the
Yep.
richest man in the world. He is taking our tax dollars.
Yeah.
It's the contracts that are worth billions of dollars. He can't go down to an ATM and take out billions of dollars. He can't. He's not, quote unquote, the richest man in the world. There are other people in the world that actually have billions of dollars of liquid assets, especially in the Middle East, where, I mean, literally billions of dollars that they, in their currency anyway, in gold, and they could just spend it. They have billions, when we talk about these richest people in the world that are corporate CEOs and own stock in companies, it's all tied up, folks. They're not really that rich. It's just like billionaire Donald Trump. I mean, my God, he couldn't scrape together millions for his own legal defenses. He had to like con people into making donations so he could pay for it, because he doesn't have that much liquid assets. Yeah, he might own a few properties that are worth billions altogether, but that's about it. Same thing with Elon. Hundreds of billions of dollars? No. His companies are worth hundreds of billions of dollars. It's not liquid assets, you know. But this is the definition of oligarchy and fascism. When the government and the corporations come together, and it's all about enriching that top layer 1% and screwing the rest of us down here. And I hope a lot of people are starting to wake up to that. Yeah. So we're almost at the top of the hour. I'm just going to re-mention that the angelic view is tomorrow. By the way, it's a first time thing, folks, on the channel. Maria and Ginger pre-recorded their show, and the recording of it will, huh? What'd you say?
They pre-recorded their whole show?
They pre-recorded the whole show. It's already uploaded on the channel, and on YouTube you're able to do what's called a premiere. So I have it set to premiere 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. So that's noon my time. I'm on Mountain Time right now. That would be 1 p.m. Central. It's going to premiere on our channel, and a chat room will open up, and we can all chat during the live, the pre-recorded show that's going to be broadcasted tomorrow. It's a first for our channel. We've never done a premiere, and I think it's great.
Will Ginger and Maria be there?
I have no clue. I have no clue whether they're going to be there or
not.
We will find out. Yeah, they don't have to be, because it's, again, pre-recorded. So
Yeah.
if you guys ever want to, like Michelle, you do now, 3 shows. I almost said 2. She's up to 3. It used to be 2. Now she's doing 3 shows on the Saturdays. Basically, the first Saturday we all take off, and I have meetings on Saturday, the first Saturday. But the second, third, and fourth Saturdays is Michelle. Now, if there's a 5th Saturday, I will get on with whoever wants to join me, and we'll do a Psychic Cafe live. But on the second, third, and fourth Saturdays, it's Michelle's Mystic Corner
Yay!
now, starting in February. And I was going
Yep,
to say,
February
Michelle,
8th.
if you do a topic and it's, long enough, I mean, and when I say long enough, you don't have to record an hour. I forget the time now on that show tomorrow. I don't know if they did. I think they did a whole hour, but you don't have to do an hour. You could do a 20-minute show. You could do a 30, 40-minute show, however long,
Yeah.
if you're pre-recording it. And then what we do is we'll set it up as a premiere. We can all be in the chat and chat, and we can even do readings in the chat while the pre-recorded show is broadcasting, which is really cool. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
so again, with these new things for 2025 that we could be doing. We already talked about doing more topics. Michelle's expanding her show to 3 shows. And we would love a lot more of you to come on as hosts on the network. Start either your own show like Michelle has, or Maria and Ginger have, with their own private show, with their own private name and logo and everything like
Yep.
that. Or join us on our Psychic Cafe lives as a co-host. And
Yeah.
you can pop in whenever you want during the week, and if we get a lot of hosts, we might expand the number of days, start doing some day shows during the week, night shows during the week. We might bring Wednesday nights back, whatever. Or doing multiple shows on the same day. We could do a pre-recorded show on a Saturday, followed by a live show from someone else, or from Psychic Cafe Live, me and the co-host. We'd love for you guys to join us on there. And then this is another new thing. This pre-recorded premieres that we can do some of the shows that way when it's all about a topic, or something else. Maybe you interview somebody for an hour. That's another one, Michelle and
Yeah.
Maria, Ginger, Michelle, anybody that wants to do it. You could interview somebody for an hour. It doesn't have to be an hour. It could be 20 minutes. It could be 40, 45
And
minutes.
premiere that. Yeah.
And then we just upload it and premiere it. And then during it, it'll notify us all that it's premiering, and we can all pop in the chat.
Right.
Yeah. And be
Yes, I like
chat
that.
talking about the interview and talking about the
Yes.
guest. That's another thing that we can do, pre-recorded interview.
Yeah. So before we do leave, I noticed that let's see here. What a
Sahani's
lovely
here, by the way. Hi, Sahani.
Hi, Sahani. I noticed that what a lovely day 90 came in, and she had a question that was, what kinds of guides do I have?
Oh yeah, she came in late. I see it now.
Yeah.
What kinds of guys? That's a really cool question. What do you think, Michelle?
So I pulled a couple of cards for her just because I really liked that question. Um, and the first thing I pulled from a couple different angel decks. And I got that you have a couple guardian angels that are always there. Okay. So we have guardian angel Hannel, who sends the message to you that it is okay for you to be sensitive, right? Because you may feel like you are extra sensitive at times, but that's actually a superpower, right? And it helps you. So honor yourself and your feelings, and that comes from Archangel Haniel. Okay. And then the next one is Archangel Uriel. And it's talking about paying attention to your thoughts and ideas that come to you, because you have a little touch of the I can't read today, claircognizance, right? You know things, right? And it hits you when it hits you. So get in touch with the archangels when you feel spiritual things moving around. But that's not all. You have a couple more guides, okay? You have one two of fire pops up. Okay. So you have one that is right beside you at all times, very intimately, that you can talk to. Okay. That's your emotional guide. You have the Queen of Earth. This is your guide that you would want to talk to when you need some guidance, some practical knowledge and wisdom. She's more of a mother figure, a grandmother figure, if you will. And then you have a very balanced guide because we got the Justice card. So your third guide that is constantly there is someone that is very balanced, and that's the one you need to be in touch with the most to get yourself balanced. And so those are the guides that are popping up for me right now for you.
Awesome. And Sahani had a question too, but she said that she'll ask it again on another show because we're running late. And we also had well, I can't, how do you say that? I'm going to say Tasia. I'm not going to say the whole name. New subscriber, can I ask a question? Again, we're at the end of the show. We're actually past the end of the show. We need to get out of here. But 15 years of podcasting, radio, and now YouTube lives. Woo-hoo. Again, I wish we had the sound effects from the radio.
I know. I need to get mine put in.
Yeah. I'm still working on it. You know, it's very technical to get the sound on your computer that you're actually using for the broadcast to get it to go into the broad, you know. And I'm trying to figure out how to do some new things for 2025, and we might be able to bring all that back. Sorry, Tasia, we can't get to your question today, but we will be back. And by the way, folks, don't forget, in between shows, you can't do a super chat, obviously, because we're not live. But in between shows, you can go to psychic.cafe/coffee, buy us a cup of coffee, and then message us on the channel or through social media, you know, but you can also message us. The best way is on the website. You know, you have to be signed in. So sign up for free, register on www.psychic.cafe, and then go to one of us. Michelle is /Michelle, Charlotte is /Michelle /Charlotte, and I'm /Dax. I already put the links in the chat for everybody. Okay. So if you want to book readings or talk to us in between shows, the link for Charlotte and myself and Michelle are right there in the chat. But you can message us and say, hey, I just bought a cup of coffee. I want to be first on Monday's show.
On Monday.
Yep. Or Thursday show, or, you know, whatever the next show is. You can actually buy a cup of coffee before, and you can make sure that we're going to take your question and spend more time with you by grabbing us a cup of coffee now. You don't have to wait until the actual show to do it. So I'm going to put that link in for everybody, psychic.cafe/coffee. And if you're just enjoying the shows, get something out of it, you learn something new, because we're doing all these topics like the world year number, personal year. Everybody just learned how to do their personal year number and got a free PDF cheat sheet on the personal year numbers. If you enjoy all this stuff, you know, just send us some love. Psychic.cafe/coffee, or send us a super sticker or a super chat here in the live chat during the live shows. Awesome. So we're going to get out of here now. I want to thank Charlotte and Michelle for joining me for the 15th anniversary. And
thank you.
I want to welcome Michelle back. And it was her first show of 2025.
Yes, it was.
See? And you said you were nervous. You did fantastic.
You did so good.
You did so good. So good. Yes. So if you feel better, if you feel like, I don't know, popping on another show during, you know, the end of the month here, we got the show Monday. We're going to be talking about boundaries, and Thursday coming up too. You know, if you ever want to pop, if you want to pop in on another show, feel free. Otherwise, mark your calendars. February 8th, Saturday, February 8th, everybody.
Yes, mark your calendar.
Yes. Bye, everyone. Bye, Michelle.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Charlotte.
Bye.